WP Bosses, episode number 9. This week we have Jon Mather. Is it Mather or Mather?
It's Mather.
Mather.
Hi, everybody.
And we're going to be talking about BeaverLodge, which Jon Mather is the creator of. Let's just go around really quick and everyone can say hello. Paul, who are you?
Hi, I'm Paul from Gold Coast Business Websites and WP Genie. I'm a front-end WordPress developer and run a team of people to look after WordPress websites, hence WP Genie. That's what I do. Thanks.
Tracey, who are you?
I'm Tracey Kemp from Get Web Creative, and I do, I guess, WordPress sites for small businesses, mainly focusing on restaurants and stuff these days. That's about it.
Cool. And I'm Robey Lawrence from Bearded Friend. And I do basically the same thing. Build. Well, if you want to get technical, basically whatever the client asked me to do. For example, I was remote controlling someone's computer to set up their email client, which was really fun the other day. But let's not get into that. Jon, give us a quick who are you, where are you from, what you do?
Okay, so hi, I'm Jon Mather, Perth in West Australia, founder and director at BeaverLodge HQ, where we develop WordPress plugins specifically for Beaver Builder, as well as from West Coast Digital, where I am a front-end, back-end developer for WordPress, anything WordPress related.
Perfect.
Cool.
Let's get right into it. Tracey, do you have any meetup news for us today?
Yes. Got a few coming up in the next couple of weeks. WordPress Melbourne, Wednesday, that's tonight. They have a session on project management that Dee Teal and Kath Beaton are going to run. So
Cool.
Everyone knows them. We've interviewed both of those girls. So that should be awesome. And also, it looks like Aaron Rutley is going to talk about the REST API, which should be awesome as well.
Ooh. Doesn't mention if they're live streaming that event, does it?
Oh, I hope so. doesn't mention, but let's hope they at least film it.
Yeah.
Brisbane North Meetup tomorrow night at Beachmere Business Centre. And let's see, doesn't sound like there is a topic. I think it's just going to be a Q&A.
Okay.
Next week on the Gold Coast, next Thursday, we have James Banks talking to us about running a successful WordPress business. So that should be awesome too. He just did one in Brisbane last week. You guys went to that, didn't you? Or you went, Robey?
I did go to Brisbane, but James wasn't at Brisbane last week.
Oh, that was last month, wasn't it?
I
don't know. He's done one in Brisbane anyway. And then Monday the 28th of November, the Central Sydney meetup is doing a Fix My Website night. So they're encouraging people to just turn up with issues with their WordPress websites, and there'll be a whole bunch of people there to help them out and try and get things up and running. So that should be awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
We should all go down with our websites and get other people to fix it.
I've got a few problems I can send them.
Yeah.
We're too busy working on other people's websites to work on our own, so yeah.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Mr. Luxford, do you know what's coming, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So this is the session where I talk about something to do with website maintenance or security or, I don't know, something else that I can just pluck out of the air. So what did I just pluck out of the air just then? Okay, so there's a neat little trick that you can do. Not 100% sure if it's massively successful or a great way to spoof off any of those spoof off. Is that if it's sort of hiding the WP-admin, so changing that to something else, like Bob or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the login URL, so that any bots that come along that look for the generic sign-in or login URL, they can't find it, obviously, because it's been changed. So you can do that with a plugin called All-in-One Security and Firewall plugin. You can do that in that. So that's just a little nifty little trick to do that, to stop those nasty bots trying to find your admin login area. But the only problem is you've got to remember it as well, otherwise you just won't be able to find it.
Well, you should remember yours now. You've just recorded on video. So if everyone goes to goldcoastbusinesswebsites.com.au/Bob,
I'm pretty sure
that's awesome.
security lets you do that as well.
Sorry, which one was that? I missed that.
I think it does.
I think it does. Yes. Yes. I think there's.
I haven't used that functionality, but I've seen it there in the options.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because it throws up a you're not allowed to access this page on the actual WP-admin, or you can put anything in there and it'll throw you out. So yeah, it does look pretty cool. So just another little nifty thing to do, I guess. And of course, I'm gonna. This is probably a boring thing, but backups are really important. I just had a Friday afternoon at about 5:58 p.m. A client rings me up and says that her site has been compromised, and that was fun. So no weekend for me. This is the beautiful thing about having an overseas team. You can just give it to them to do. So they did that pretty much. And anyway, we had to sort of go through the process of cleaning out the files, and there's a whole lot of legacy files, like from the old website they had. So I had to clean out. They had iframes, and the iframes were blocked by Google. So you go to the page, right, and then you'd have this big red thing in the middle of the page saying, this content is, being blocked by Google, or by spam, like malware alert. So so I had to sort of clear all that out. It was a bit of a nightmare. But anyway, the important point of that is that they did have backups. So we were able to restore the website with a backup, but they still had the old legacy files and stuff that we had to still clean out of the backup. So, but the point is they had a backup. That was a good thing. So even if you have a backup, it's an amazing thing. So, use Updraft Plus for that. So, set it up as a schedule, send the backup off to, say, Google Drive or an Amazon account or Dropbox. But please, just do a backup. Please. I beg you, or find somebody who can do it for you. It's really important. So
sounds like a dream weekend, Paul.
It was amazing. But again, I had my team. So this is the thing. I had my team, and they pretty much took
backup. What more could you ask?
It was amazing. Yeah. So. Anyway.
So I really like it when we talk to people that build their own plugins, because it makes my next segment very easy, where I talk about a plugin or service of the week from an Australian developer, which, believe it or not, I've picked BeaverLodge for this week. So BeaverLodge, let me just give you an overview, John, in case you're not sure what it's for. It's
Personal memory.
It integrates with Beaver Builder, a premium drag and drop system for building and styling WordPress websites. So I'm not sure if you knew that or not.
No.
But if you could maybe expand on that summary of Beaver Builder, just in case I missed anything, that'd be good.
So on Beaver Builder or BeaverLodge?
BeaverLodge, sorry.
So BeaverLodge obviously taps into Beaver Builder to extend it out to provide a lot more functionality and design without having to write code. I do all that messy work myself. So end users can just drag and drop it onto their page and configure the layout and the content how they see fit. And Beaver Builder is probably the best page builder in my opinion, because it doesn't leave any mess behind, is lightweight and robust and reliable and well supported. So hence why I chose that when Headway themes went down the Googler.
Good old Headway.
I do remember.
That's pretty much BeaverLodge in a nutshell. Riding on the shoulders of other premium developers far more advanced than myself.
No, that's cool. So before we get further into BeaverLodge, I have a few more personal questions for you, Jon.
All right, let's get personal.
Before you started working in the web, did you have a profession before that, or was it web from day one?
No, I'm actually a commercial photographer. Commercial fisherman by trade.
A little bit different. Fisherman, okay.
Yeah. Wow. So I used to be out on the fishing boats down in South Australia and up in Darwin, 400 miles out to sea, 3 months at a time. And then got into retail after the boats and slowly transitioned across to web design. I don't know how, but I just did it. I always liked computers because I used to program on a Commodore 64 and VIC-20 when I was a kid. I used to write my own games, and as probably quite a few of us did.
Great computer.
Yeah, so I learnt, if you like, about computers way back then, and seem to come back around to it as I come into my adult years.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, total different industries.
Yeah, just easily, just merged across there. I can definitely pick that connection.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it was the FISH, not the PHISH.
Yes.
Just wanted to clarify that.
Yes, professional fisherman.
Yeah, that's right. Every catch with a free can of Spam. That's.
and so where
when they hear that,
where did WordPress come along in that journey?
So I wanted to start my own website, and I thought this looks easy. If anybody could do it, I can. I was pretty good at Photoshop, so I decided to build my own HTML websites, and I thought that's just too much hard work. So I looked for an easier way and found WordPress and Headway themes. Seemed to be a good combination to build your theme up from the ground up. I never wanted to be pigeonholed by somebody else's development for some reason. So when it came to the front end, so I started using Headway to build my own sites, and then I just started offering that out to other people, and then found flaws in Headway and started developing plugins to extend Headway, and then I transitioned over to Beaver Builder.
How long ago was that, Jon?
Nice.
How long ago did I transition to Beaver Builder, or how long did I start?
Yeah, so you made the transition from being a fisherman to WordPress.
I've been doing website development now for 3-4 years.
Cool.
I finished commercial fishing. Must have been about 10 years ago now. And switched over to retail.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I remember using Headway quite a while ago when I was first getting into web development, and I had some projects that the client wanted me to rebuild in WordPress, and they were static HTML sites. So they wanted it to look exactly the same. And because I was fairly new, I found Headway and thought, oh yeah, this can do pretty much whatever you want. And then as I started using it, I started to learn that once you start putting in all the little features, then you've got to tweak each feature individually, adding padding and margin and colors and fonts and all this sort of thing. And so in the end, I got it pretty close, but it did take me quite a while to get there.
Yeah.
And that was probably 3 years ago. So I'm sure Headway had come along a fair way since then, but I haven't used it for quite a while.
Are they still running?
No, I don't think they exist anymore.
So John, what theme are you using now? Are you using the Beaver Builder theme, or are you using another theme?
I tend to build custom themes for a lot of my client work when their budget accounts for it. Otherwise, I use GeneratePress.
Yeah, I've been using that too. It's awesome.
With his premium extension, which is cheap as. Yeah, it is an awesome theme.
I agree.
There's so much I can't do in it. And I was using the Beaver Builder theme for a while, but I just found it was too restrictive in terms of header and footer and trying to configure the actual post pages and things, whereas GeneratePress opens that up a lot more.
Yeah, I was using Genesis with Beaver Builder, and then I just kind of went, well, I tried GeneratePress and went, well, you know, now I can get a VA, or my clients can do their own kind of styles, friends that need websites and don't have a budget kind of thing. Yeah, here, try GeneratePress, and you can do all the setting up of the, you know, the styles and stuff yourself. And I think, I mean, I love, you know, I mainly code now in Foundation Press, not with Beaver Builder, but when I've got a smaller site or a landing page or something like that, it's always GeneratePress and Beaver Builder, because, you know, Genesis now just seems like a distant memory. Like, I used to love it, and it was, you know, and it still works great with, you know, with Beaver Builder, but it's like, it's a lot. There's a lot to do. There's, you know, you've got to have Dam Buster, or you've got to do, you know, all these add-on plugins to make it work with everything. And GeneratePress just works out of the box with Beaver Builder, and, you know, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's I strongly recommend anyone who wants an off-the-shelf theme is GeneratePress is my go-to suggestion. Otherwise, I do all my front-end development in Pinegrow and create my custom themes in Pinegrow.
Okay.
Yeah, what is Pinegrow?
So Pinegrow is a visual theme builder. So it's not like a page builder, it's a theme builder. So you actually create full custom themes. Even though it's visual, it's aimed at developers. So you really have to have a good understanding of how to build a WordPress theme from scratch, and how to understand how to use the codecs, which is super powerful, but it's not like it's laid out. So step one, step two. So you still have to know how to navigate your way around the codecs, but yeah, and it's just outputs all the clean PHP and the clean code, and really quickly.
I think I noticed you did a demo of that at the WordPress Perth meetup recently.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. I don't suppose there's a video of that floating around.
Okay. No, there isn't. But I'm going to, because it was they only give me 20 minutes. And to do a theme from scratch in 20 minutes is even a one-page theme is.
Oh, come on.
So I'm in the process of getting that to re-record it. So I do it as if I was doing it at the workshop, screencast it, and then put that up. But there is a 2.5-hour video I have put up on YouTube, converting a HTML template to WordPress from scratch.
Well, let us know the link so we can post it in the show notes.
Okay, we'll do. Yeah, I'll put them up after for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'd never even heard of GeneratePress before. I'm just looking at it now.
So should we move on to BeaverLodge? And I was just looking at your site just before.
And Tracey's frozen?
I think she is.
Good thing is you can edit this out. You can cut it and.
Can you hear me now?
She's back.
Yes. So you're looking at BeaverLodge site before?
It came up and said my connection was unstable.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was just having a look at your BeaverLodge website earlier and noticed you've got a demo there, which is awesome to show, like, so people can test all your different modules and things like that. Has that helped your sales? Like, is that, what prompted you to do that, and has it been a good idea?
I think it has been a good idea. I'm trying to remember the name of the plugin that does that now. I think it was something Ninja, but anyway, yeah, it is was a great idea, especially it was really hard to show everything that BeaverLodge does because there's so much in there. So it was really hard to convey that to people, and it was a lot easier just to have that demo site so people could just jump on and see how it works, and they could see how it would work with different things as well, because I've got Genesis on there with Dynamic as well as the Beaver Builder theme. Not sure if I got GeneratePress on there, to be honest, as well as all the 2015 and stock themes. So it was a good insight. Our sales did increase once I put that up. So I definitely do regret having that multi-site up there for people to go in and trial it.
I guess it would have helped reduce pre-sale questions and after support questions too, and refunds, because people would be able to just test.
Yeah, refunds are almost non-existent. I get like one every 8 months. I get to ask for a refund, so it's that's a no-brainer there. Definitely back on that. And I'm really shocking at documentation and blogging. Hate it. I'm terrible at it. So having the demo site helps ease a lot of that frustration as well. And with using Zoom, I'm able to jump in and with someone and go through on the demo site and also take control and show them how to do something. So with that single access, so that and configured properly and show them all that.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Robey, have you got a question, or Paul?
So how many,
go, Paul.
How many active users do you have? I'm curious about the numbers.
Currently, there are just over 1,200 active installs.
Wow.
On the BeaverLodge itself, and of course, there's I've got quite a few other plugins up there as well as BeaverLodge, which also have active installs as well as on the repository. So nice. I think I've got just over 1,800 active subscribers.
Great, awesome. And where did that question go? Just went into my black hole in my brain. Yeah, cut. We'll do that again.
The actual plugin's been around a lot longer than BeaverLodge. It originally started out as I offered up free plugins on the Beaver Builder forum, and So I just post them up for free. Hey, you guys, here, try these, have a go, use them, do what you want with them. They're yours. And then quite a few people asked that they wanted extra features, and then they wanted to order updates, and all of a sudden these things sort of started taken out of my time and started adding up. So I said, look, I'm happy to do it. Do you want to start selling them then, so you can get those extra support and extra updates? And everybody was on. So then it started as, most of them were, I was doing a lot of photography sites then. So a lot of them were photography modules. So it was actually photo plugins. And then more and more modules got added. So I then thought, well, hang on, it's no longer, there's less gallery and photo modules than there are other features now, and came up with the name BeaverLodge, and we transitioned across to that. So
I think that just actually answered my question. That was the question I was going to ask. And how did it come about? How did it evolve? And did you just wake up one morning and go, oh, there's Builder Builder. Oh, I'll create some add-ons. Yeah, let's do that. Or so it just evolved over time from having a community there already, and then they just told you what they wanted, and you just responded, which is
pretty much. And I was the first one. I was the only one doing it. Nobody else was extending Beaver Builder at that time. Since then, 2 others I think have popped up, Ultimate and another one. Okay. In fact, they reached out to me to buy BeaverLodge before they launched.
Ah.
That brings me to my next question. I was going to ask about the other people in the market doing Beaver Builder add-ons. Like there's Ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder. There's Beaver add-ons. There's Pro Beaver. Some of these might be blogs, I'm not sure. Or there's Beaver Tunnels, Beaver Brains. Do those?
Beaver Brains is just a blog. Beaver Tunnels, I think, is a plugin. And Ultimate add-ons and Beaver add-ons are plugins. Okay,
sure. So do they kind of overlap with what you do, or are they different altogether?
Beaver Tunnels doesn't. Because Beaver Tunnels is different in the sense that it is for loading up templates into different sections of your site. But the other ones are overlaps.
Okay.
They are pretty much direct competitors to me, yep, in a sense.
Yeah, sure.
So, and I know they have quite a good following.
And you were saying they came out after you?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, I was the first one. I was the original one doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody else was offering it, and then I realised that I could do all this, and so I did.
So is it just you, or do you have a team of peeps behind you, or
just me? It was just me up until recently. So I was also working full time, which I still currently am. I'm serving out my redundancy, waiting for my redundancy to come through. But I've got one VA overseas that I use to help me with some work that I recently hired only in the last 6 months. Until then, it's all been me. So, which has been a huge learning curve, I can tell you. If anybody wants to start selling commercial plugins, my advice is don't.
I was going to ask you about, has the struggle mainly been support, like handling support, or has it been actually keeping up with feature requests, or, what's the biggest challenge?
Support and finding out bugs, because when it comes to WordPress, it's and Beaver Builder, you don't know who you're catering for. You don't know what their environment they're using, what plugins they're using, what themes they're using, and you constantly got bugs that you have to try and iron out. And then Beaver Builder itself, which obviously it depends on, they have their own updates, which also change everything. I know when they launched 1.8, BeaverLodge started having huge issues, and even up until recently, Google redid their Google Map API, and so my map module, which was one of the most popular modules that are in in Beaver Builder, completely stopped working.
Yeah,
everybody's website stopped working, and it's only been recently that I've been able to get that fixed and re-updated.
Oh, that must be so stressful.
Yeah, so when you're depending on someone else for your own developing your own plugin, it suddenly just throws a spanner in the works and crashes everything. And yes, a few times I've been tempted to go, you know what? Who wants it?
I know that.
Do you liaise pretty closely with the Beaver Builder guys on what they're doing in their new versions and stuff like that? Or is it just like, surprise, we've got a version out or a beta version out?
I do speak with them guys. In fact, I've contributed to Beaver Builder myself. I've developed for their core plugin. They were even looked at hiring me at one stage. Didn't go to plan, but I still have to wait for their beta version. They don't give me alpha releases or anything like that to test. I get beta versions at the same time as everybody else. So.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any...
Robey and the guys, give me a free copy. Give me a lifetime license, will you?
So when you were approached by the other competitors, or the other guys that came into the market to buy BeaverLodge, they didn't offer a suitcase full of cash or something, or to take it off your hands, or you just went, no, sorry guys.
I actually put it out to my own community of users. I put it out to them. Hey, thinking of selling BeaverLodge, what's your feedback? Right. And nobody wanted me to sell it. They all believe that they all come back and said, no, BeaverLodge is you. You're the person. You're the first to do this. You come into the market. You're doing it. Stick at it. We support you. So I stayed. So I stayed true and said no.
I remember seeing that conversation on Facebook actually.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
there was, and the messages I got, the personal messages I got, was just enough to say, no, I've got to keep doing this. I've got to keep at it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, cool.
Which I let slip over the last 6 months, thanks to a new baby coming along, which made things very, very difficult. But glad I'm back in the driver's seat now and pushing out updates. In fact, I pushed out a new update today to one of my plugins.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
So do you have any big plans for any new whiz-bang features or any milestones coming out soon apart from the update today?
The biggest thing I'm working on is my gallery plugin at the moment, which is Unite Gallery, and the core functionality of that, because I think that's one area where Beaver Builder is big missing on. Other than that, a lot of my custom modules that I've got planned are custom post type centric. So, for example, I've got a recipe plugin with also which also has a recipe child theme for Beaver Builder that goes with it. So you can create it. So it comes with a range of modules, and you add your recipes with repeatable custom fields and all that, and then you can create custom a blog or whatever for recipes for chefs, for restaurants, cafes, cool. And all.
Awesome. Actually, that makes me think of something that one thing that kind of frustrates me about page builders in general, but we're talking about Beaver Builder, so I'll be specific with them. And I know that they're addressing, custom post type templates and that kind of stuff in a new version coming out. Well, it's the version after next, isn't it? It's not 1.9, it's 2, I think, coming out next year. But what I would love to see, and I think this is the future of page builders, and I want to get your opinion on this. I would love the ability to integrate dynamic content into modules. So say you've got an accordion module for example, I would love to go, okay, I've got an FAQs custom post type. I want to integrate that custom post type into the accordion module. The title is the title of the accordion, and the content is your WordPress content for that custom post type. I think we're heading that direction, but what do you see as the challenges with that, and do you see it being possible anytime soon?
Well, I think types of views allows you to do that now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't used it. I just know they've just released a Beaver Builder part of the extension towards that. So I think we are going that way. The problem I see with that direction with a lot of the page builders is the problem we have with pretty much every other page builder besides Beaver Builder is the use of shortcodes. I think the solution to that will be the use of shortcodes to pull out your custom queries and loop through your post types and everything. And so I'm not sure how they're going to do that logistically. The other way they can do it is using the API functionality, which once again, how they're going to know what the custom field and everything like that. And I started working on a module that pulled out any custom field of any post. So you just listed all your custom fields into a Dropbox and you selected it, choose the content type, whether it was an image, text or whatever, and then added that to the custom modules. And getting that to work was a pain in the butt. And that's why it never came out of beta, because it was I just wasn't ready to put that out in the market. It was just too messy. So I can't see that really happening in a clean, functional way anytime soon. So it'll be interesting to see how Beaver Builder do roll that out, if they do so. But that's where I use Pinegrow. Pinegrow allows me to do all that custom loops and choose my item content, create my post types and everything like that, all within Pinegrow.
But how does that integrate with Beaver Builder then? How do you pull in dynamic content into Beaver Builder modules with Pinegrow? You
can't. So I create that in Pinegrow. I don't pull it out. I then create the custom post type and just pull content dynamically from the custom post type. But I don't create, so it doesn't use Beaver Builder for that. If I need to do it in Beaver Builder, I create a module for it. So,
yeah, fair enough.
I create a lot of Beaver Builder modules for my clients that don't.
I was just about to say, you're probably doing custom modules left, right, and center.
Yeah. So, for example, I'll create a team custom post type, and then I create them a team module. So they can just, they're doing a page and they want to include the team bio, they can drag it in, they choose which team members they want to choose, and whether they want it, the whole portfolio for one, or whether they just want a gallery, whether they want a light box, and et cetera, whether they want to link through. And it's a lot easier to do that on a client by client basis than it is trying to do it for global usage for the market share.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah. But yeah, Beaver Builder is definitely it's definitely going to be interesting to see where they go, especially now that they've probably got quite a substantial funding behind them now that they've been rolled into GoDaddy.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, GoDaddy are now using Beaver Builder for their page builders in there.
Huh.
Yeah,
So
the Beaver Builder Lite version is included with all GoDaddy hosting things, I think, like when you first set up a site.
Yeah.
Okay.
GoDaddy.
And that's the other good thing with
GoDaddy are really ramping up their customer onboarding process at the moment. So integrating with lots of cool things. They're also their acquisition of Managed WP is going to show some interesting things shortly. They're working on some integrations there as well.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be one to watch. If they can fix their support and their structure, then yeah, they'll definitely be one to keep an eye on. I won't be moving from SiteGround anytime soon, but hey. And that's the other good thing with BeaverLodge. Talking about the light version, it works with the light version of Beaver Builder.
Yeah,
Awesome.
cool.
So the light version of Beaver Builder supports their custom module API. So you don't have to use the premium version on sites.
Awesome.
Well, that's all my questions. Unless anyone else had any more questions for Jon while we've got him here.
I think I'm done.
It's been a very good conversation. Even I've learned, I've got a few things to look into myself, like GeneratePress and Pinegrow, and even looking further into BeaverLodge myself. So it's been really good having you here, Jon.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Anyone have any last words?
If anybody doesn't know, check it out at beaverlodgehq.com.
Yes, and we'll be putting all of the links in the show notes, so you can click on all the shiny things there.
So, Jon, do you still go fishing?
Only recreational.